Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call this morning. If you would let us know how your preseason has gone so far as you head into Sunday's game against Oklahoma.
Well, I think it's gone pretty good. We're about 21 practices into it right now. We get 4 or 5 more here this week, and anxious about game week. You get to a point to where you can't get a whole lot better when you practice against each other as much as you do. So 15 practices in spring. Got to a point where we needed to quit doing that, and 20 practices against each other here in camp. Yeah, it's at a point where we've got to quit doing that too. So anxious to be able to prepare for an opponent. Obviously, we got one of the top teams in the country in Oklahoma that we know quite a bit about. It's going to be a huge challenge for us, but looking forward to going to Norman and lining up and playing against somebody else other than ourselves.
Take questions for Coach Dana Holgorsen, please. Hit *1 on your telephone keypad. We'll put you in the queue, then the operator will introduce you.
And we'll hear from Dan Tortora with WakeUpCallDT.com.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. Just what you could say, obviously, being back in Houston and coming through training camp this season, just what you've taken away from this year's team and just the talent that you have there as you step into this first week, just your overall takeaways as you came through your first camp back in Houston.
Well, it validated what I thought when I took this job. It's a completely different program than it was when I was back here 2008, 2009. We had a lot of success, back in 08 and 09 and won a lot of football games and had a lot of really good players. Mainly Case Keenum, who was just named starter of the Redskins. I mean, they trade him, and he's at a different place, and all he does is start in the NFL, So he was obviously a great player for us here, but it's just a different program now than it was then. We got improved facilities. We got improved depth. We have tremendous leadership. Our on-campus student life is fantastic. Facilities are great. Academics are incredible. We're fortunate to be here, and I think we're going to continue to grow as a university and grow as an athletic department and grow as a football program as well.
What do you want the country to know about Houston? I know you said that obviously there's success when you were there before, and there's some good things happening on campus now. What would you like the country to know about this football program and just what your takeaways have been? Because when we've talked before, you said from the outside looking in, it's called Power 6 for a reason because there's a lot of reputable programs here, and one of those being Houston. What would you like the country to know about what this program is and where you're taking it?
Well, it's a work in progress now. I'm gonna start with that. I mean, we're not gonna be gauged with game one or the non-conference this year or where we're at. I mean, I'm here to stay, and we're gonna build this the right way, and we're gonna put our best foot forward each and every time that we line up and play. There's no question about that, and we fully expect to be competitive and put ourselves in position to be able to win every single football game that we play. So, just as far as where we're at, athletic department wise, I mean, Coach Sampson in basketball has done a tremendous job, and Leroy Burrell in track's done a great job. Todd Winning in baseball has done a great job. Our softball program and volleyball program and swimming program is as good as there is in the country. So, we're going to be in that conversation, and every time we line up as an athletic department, every time that we line up, we're going to be in that conversation. So, we're here to stay. We're not going away. So, looking forward to being able to showcase what we got in our student athletes every time that we have an opportunity to be able to do so.
Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck in week one.
Thank you.
And next we'll hear from Chris Vanini with The Athletic.
Hey, Dana, obviously you're very familiar with Oklahoma. How do you think Jalen Hurts fits in that style that they've been running with Lincoln Riley?
Well, they were pretty wide open at Alabama. It's not like they were, it's not like they ran a pro-style offense, and I don't even know what a pro-style offense is anymore, but it's not like their offense at all. Alabama was incredibly similar to what we've done. You know, whether it was what I've done at West Virginia, dating back all the way to Texas Tech, or what Lincoln's done, you know, at Oklahoma or East Carolina or Texas Tech as well. So, you know, Jalen's a coach's kid. He's had a lot of success. He's played a lot of football. He's got tremendous experience. You know, he's going to be able to slide in there and do what they ask him to do. You know, with no issues. We're fully expecting that. I don't think they're going to change a whole lot with what they do. They're good enough coaches to be able to adapt to what their personnel is. You know, there's a whole lot playing more than, you know, there's a whole lot of new guys playing, you know, more than just Jalen. So, you know, early in the year, it doesn't matter who you're going against. Early in the year, you got to be able to adapt and make adjustments as quick as you possibly can. It doesn't matter who it is, you know. So each team's different year to year, and we got to be good enough coaches to be able to adapt and make adjustments, and we'll fully anticipate that going into game one.
Now, I know you weren't there, and most of the people on the team weren't there a few years ago when Houston beat Oklahoma. But is that game something you will bring up or reference at all to your team?
I mean, yeah, you guys, the media is going to do that, so I guess I'm going to have to address it. There's no doubt about that. But you know, I wasn't here 3 years ago, but you know, Lincoln was there 3 years ago, so yeah, I'm sure they've got that thing plastered all over their building. We will, you know, there's several of our players that were in that game, but that's kind of in the past, and you know, it doesn't matter if it was 3 years ago or 3 days ago. I mean, you got to be able to take that and use it to your advantage as much as you possibly can.
Thanks, Dana.
Yep.
Other questions for Coach Holgorsen, please? Star 1 on your telephone keypad, if so. Well, Coach, well, thank you for your time this morning. Look forward to hearing from you once again next Monday.
Okay. See ya.
All right. Coach.